Hello one, hello all, and welcome to episode 10 of season 3 of Fab Life with Lauren and Lee. Here he is. I nearly called you David Dickinson then. We just had a small moment where the filters on the camera made us look a bit too tanned. You know,
Yes,
that
indeed.
Grand Can tan. Grand Can tan.
Grand
That's
Cantan.
good. That's faded a bit and you were looking orange, weren't you? God
Well,
love you.
thank you for pointing out how it's faded.
It's still, you're always a bit
I miss
glow,
it.
though.
Well, the trouble is, I didn't get the tan that I quite liked. I wasn't there long enough, and there was a day that was cloudy, which I was furious about. I nearly complained to the manager.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, can you move those clouds?
I was going to my friend Maurice. I was going, what is this? You told me there would be no
Precious
clouds. He's going, they'll clear. But
Precious little time. And
precious.
you got to put in
Then
that
I
base
burn.
layer.
Yeah,
you got
then
to
I
put in
burn.
that base layer. Then you lose time. See?
Yeah.
So what's going on with you, Lily? Had a nice week?
Oh, well, I'm exhausted, Lauren. I always
Yeah.
am these days. I'm run ragged.
You are hot prop in the old comedy world, he says, sipping his spiced margarita.
From,
Are we allowed to show the can that came in?
I'm sure we can.
The
but
branded
I
can.
put it in the bin, which Lucas is our producer. And as you just went to the toilet, well, Lucas is back. Good old Lucas.
Hey, Lucas.
And I put my can in the bin and I went, does anyone ever empty this bin? It's always overflowing.
It is always overflowing.
I can't work in this environment.
And it says no food, but it's just full of food. Let's be honest. What else are people doing here? Apart from
Well,
eating
I
golf
don't
carts.
ask
It doesn't even have a bin liner on it. It should have a bin liner.
Oh, no wonder no one's emptied it because you don't want
no.
to be reaching in there,
Yeah.
do you?
I hate bins.
Oh, me
Yeah.
too. Well, bin story, dead boring, but maybe this
Strap
is...
yourself in,
Strap
guys.
yourself in. My bin men did not come and collect our bins last week, so my bin was overflowing.
Oh my God.
I
Why
knew
didn't they come? Were they on strike?
Well, I think our gate's been a bit sticky with the weather change.
You're-
Sure. You know, the front gate?
Oh, is that where you put your bins?
Yeah, so it's like inside the gate, and I think they thought we'd put a lock on it. They couldn't get in. And then they come every 2 weeks as well because, you know,
No.
they're saving the planet because recycling is, you know, it's all about the recycling bins these days. Honestly, fuming I was.
So, well, there's only two of you.
I know, but we had an Easter party, so it was since then.
I see.
Full of rubbish it was.
Are they due back? When are they due?
The bin today. Oh,
The
I'm
bin.
relieved. It's the bin.
Did you make sure it wasn't too sticky? Did you put a sign on the gate saying, it's not locked, it's just sticky?
It's not like I actually did that for a delivery man once. I think he thought I was mad. Because I was behind the gate when he got there as well. I was like, hey, did you get through?
I've been expecting you.
They're like, whoa. No, I didn't have to because the rain sorted out the sticky gate.
Well,
Honestly, it's up and down in our house.
you know, I don't have that problem anymore
Oh, why?
because where I live,
Where I live.
staff
Where
that
do you
take-
live again? Where do you live again?
Well,
Lee?
no, this
just
is the
above Whole
first.
Foods, is it?
I have. This is the first time I've experienced this, but I live in Notting Hill, and
There we go.
I don't know if you've heard of it. Yeah, I don't mention
He
it.
doesn't mention it that much, does it?
And where I am on Portobello Road.
How you got two posh locations in one sentence? Live in Notting Hill.
Well, I can't
on-
deny that's where it is. I mean, what do you want me to lie and say it's Wood Green? I couldn't bring myself to
Hey,
lie.
I live near. No, I don't. It's not that. It's not that close. Actually.
But all we do, which I've never experienced before, is you just throw your trash out onto
On
the
the
street
street.
in a bin bag, obviously.
Yeah, that is a West London thing.
It's such a West London thing.
I
And
used
then,
to do that when I lived in West Hampstead.
oh,
It's all coming out now, isn't it?
West Hampstead, very nice.
Well, my friend.
How
Lorna
come you lived there?
Yeah, why did you
I
leave?
lived there for third year, and then we got kicked out.
Because you were putting your bins in the wrong place.
No. We were just being nitty students, and our landlord didn't like us.
What do you mean nitty? You had
Oh,
nits?
it was- no. But they were. My flatmates especially like to have parties quite late, and
Fair play.
in West Hampstead that doesn't really fly.
Doesn't fly.
Well,
does it?
now and then it's fine, but if it was quite frequent, I would get annoyed.
Noise pollution.
It
Yeah.
wasn't too frequent, but they didn't like us anyway. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, wow. If you put your bin out on the street, right, just going back to Bingate here, does it just, how often do they come? Every day?
Yeah, regularly, every day. More than practically every hour.
Heaven forbid there's a bin bag on the street.
Genuinely, I'll just put it out. And it's so funny as well because when it's like busy, which it often is, you'll have like people looking at you as if to be like, does that guy just throw his bin in the street? Which I would think, I would be like, just
it's like medieval times, people
throw a bin bag in the street. And I'm like, and then I go back. They must think, you privileged, like,
yeah.
But you just leave it on the side of the street and then they come and they collect it and it's gone.
Oh my God, what a great time.
No sticky gate for me, darling.
No sticky gate for me.
Oh, God.
Well, my friend...
How do the other half live? Sticky gates, waiting for them.
Oh my God. No, my friend moved to Richmond and she got fined for putting a bin bag in the wrong place because she wasn't used to it either. So Lorna, she moved to Richmond and she was like, oh, so apparently we just like throw our bin bags out on the street. And she'd put it like by the shop. So like the bit of pavement. She got bloody fine.
Yeah, I think there are restrictions, but I don't know them yet.
That's Richmond for you. That's Richmond.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thrilling chat about the bins, but...
Did you ask the bin men where they got their uniform from?
For the listener, I have a lovely green vintage dress on today, but it is reminiscent of maybe like a council uniform. Actually, Hackney were bright green, so Hackney were bright green. I could be like Parks and Rec. You know, that's what they were.
Yeah. You do look like a bit of a gatekeeper, like what do they call them? Caretaker.
Yeah, imagine me on Springfield Park or Hackney Downs, like walking around. Hey, do you know what we've got in our local park though?
Hey, tell me.
This is very East London. We've got terrapins. Little turtles in our pond because someone dumped them. They've been in there years.
What do you mean they dumped them?
They had them as a pet and then they dumped them. They're in there. Honestly, little Terry the turtle, I call him.
What? So they just
next to the ducks, just living the dream.
Oh.
How weird's that?
How many?
2.
So what's the other one called?
I don't know. I really thought there was 1 until the other day. Saw 2 and I was like, Terry and Terette.
Terry and Tourette's.
Yeah. Oh my God, isn't that great? So maybe I am a park ranger. I've been down there. I'll wear my green dress. People will think I'm official.
Okay. Well, let us know how you get on with that. Lucas, on another separate note, it's very hot in here. I'm boiling.
It is. It's getting warm. We need to fix the air
conditioning. It's a warm day.
Oh my God, you can't have it this hot with that overflowing bin. It'll start to stink.
It'd be like my back garden again, honestly. It'd be like the sticky gate.
I
can crack the door.
No, we don't want to hear the hoi polloi of Vauxhall. Gays surrounded everywhere. Gearing up for Eurovision, which we'll talk about later.
Oh my God, it's coming, isn't it? What we need to discuss the coronation aftermath.
Yes, the coronation. Did you watch it, Lauren?
Well, do you know what? I had a coronation event, like I said, for Dolly Sticks.
Oh yes, of course. How was it?
Fuming I was.
Why?
They put me behind the screen. Because then at least if you're in front... I mean, I'm not that bothered. Not bothered, like I said last time, teaching the briefs. I'm not that bothered, but I couldn't watch it. So I had nothing to do. And it was raining. So I sat in the rain all day.
Oh, my God.
It was awful. And there were 2 other bakeries there who have, like, huge shops. And I was like...
So it was competitive.
And I was... Oh, well, no one was making any money. It was raining. But there were real royalists, like, waiting to get in. They were like, when is the big screen opening?
Where was this again?
Wembley.
Oh, so you trekked all the way there for that. God.
Oh, it was a nightmarish day. So I only saw the highlights afterwards,
well,
which is all you need, isn't it? It was very quiet. You know, like, because I was like hoping for a bit of background noise, but it was a lot of quiet, still times, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it was. I mean, what was it? It's a shame it rained. Storm Diana, some were calling it. I went to the gym, but I got home just in time.
And it was dead quiet, wasn't it, in there?
Not massively. Oh. No. But I got home just to see the crown popped on his head.
Popped on.
Well, we say popped on, practically screwed on.
Yeah,
I thought we were going to have to get like an Allen key at one point just to tighten it because it was literally, you screw it on. And then did you see Camilla when she got hers on and she was like, oh my God, it's wrecked my hair.
Yeah, she was, that blowout was
Camilla
quite big,
was giving me Cersei vibes. When she got that crown on, I was like, fucking the sept is about to blow up.
There were some great tweets about Camilla, actually. There was the 2 stand-ins. Did you see them 2 women that were dressed in exactly the same with the blonde hair?
Yeah.
Just in case she collapsed, one could just...
Understudies.
Yeah,
first cover,
second cover. And also... I saw a fantastic tweet as she was having the crown put on her head that said, "To all the side chicks out there, keep going."
She has played the long game.
She's played the long game. Who knew? Who knew that the mistress would become queen one day? Here she is.
Well, I mean,
Mistress to mom.
Mistress to mom.
That's good. Name the episode that.
Very good credit.
But I think it's actually ma'am now.
Is it, ma'am?
Well, it's always been ma'am. Apparently it's mamas and jam.
Oh, right.
Nice to meet you, ma'am.
Nice to meet you, ma'am. Someone called me ma'am in a shop once, and I was like,
ma'am?
Instead, because when you like, I think it's from like late 20s, people don't know what to call you anymore. They never would have called you miss, though. So then you get ma'am, madame.
I say
and
madam.
like, yeah.
So if I'm at like a comedy gig and I'm, talking to the crowd, I'm like, hey, what's your name, madam?
Yeah, lovely. But she's over 40, that woman that you're talking to. She's not me.
No, I'd say madam to you.
Oh, I hate being called madam.
Yeah, you little madam.
Oh, I don't mind that.
Oh, God. So, you caught the highlights. What were your highlights?
Everyone was raging about Penny Mordaunt with that big sword.
Why
was she holding that?
Well, it's part of the ceremony.
It's very strange.
But she looked amazing. I wanted to wear that outfit.
It was like if Ryanair upped the
Yeah.
uniform.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
She was a sassy old one, wasn't she? I liked
that. Headdress looked really good. Ryland tweeted her and asked her if he could borrow the cape for Eurovision.
Well, it was very Eurovision campness, yeah.
Maybe she was practicing her outfit.
And then when we did Loose Women on Monday, I didn't make the connection, but we had so many. We had New Zealanders, we had people from America, we had Indonesia, we had Coventry, people from around the globe.
The highlights. So they've been to...
They'd been down for the coronation.
No way.
I mean, and it rained.
And it rained. See all them people camping out night before?
I did, and I thought, you know what? Get a life.
Yeah. I saw Kate and William like chatting to him, and I was like, you've got to be a good conversationalist, haven't you? Because for the most part, they're not actually talking to normal people. They're talking to people who will camp out 24 hours in advance just to talk to them in the rain.
Well, what do you mean then? Are they not
Well,
normal
they'll be
people?
like, they're just like fanatic,
Yeah.
like people.
Yeah, like you're not going to expect a normal conversation if they're covered in merch.
Yeah, they're covered in merch.
Do you know what, like a t-shirt, a novelty t-shirt, great. But if you look down and they're wearing like slippers with your face on it, you're a bit like,
yeah. Marry me, William. Like little, not good. And did you see all the trash that they left?
Yeah,
get on the news, did it? Hey, it's scandalous that. I hope Charles paid for him to go and clean up all them tents.
I think they should have made Andrew go up. Well, Andrew,
in his robes.
Off you go. Yeah.
In his royal robes.
Yeah. Community service.
The robes. I mean, Kate looked like Britannia, didn't she?
Yeah, I didn't.
She looked like the Virgin Atlantic woman. That's what she looked like on the side of the plane.
She did.
Didn't she?
She did, yeah.
Like, oh.
No, isn't it BA?
I feel like Virgin has the woman in like a red leotard, but she has like a flag.
Okay. Oh yeah, it is Virgin. Yeah, BA is something. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like glam, but still with a Union Jack on.
It was a bit aging. I thought, because those robes are aging, aren't they?
They are.
And they're long.
When are they going to wear them again?
Well, I don't know. Well, maybe Charles and Camilla that night.
They might have had a bit of foreplay that night. Get the sausage fingers out.
Well, oh God, foreplay.
Oh God,
with those fingers.
I take ages.
14 play.
Someone did send that there was a close up of his fingers on the telly.
I mean, I was thinking, I wonder, because I think he knows about his fingers. He can't not. He must be like.
I told you he's hiding them on all the pictures.
Yeah, well, I was thinking that, and then like there are times. You remember when they pulled that glove out? I thought, Jesus, is he going to get that glove on?
It's like O.J. Simpson all over again.
It was a massive glove. It was like one of those fucking. What do you call those gloves where the hawk lands on them?
Yeah, like, oh my God, what are they called?
What are they called?
I don't know, I know what you mean.
But it was basically...
Camilla comes flying over, lands on his hand.
But that's what, like, usually you'd probably just wear a normal glove. They were like, let's get the hawk glove in.
We can't have him struggling. Getting that on. Oh, God. Did you see him moaning in the carriage after?
Well, you would, wouldn't you?
He was like...
I'm like that in an Uber, just if we hit traffic. So imagine being in one of those fucking carriages where 200 million people are watching across the globe.
They got like a lip reading expert to lip read him, didn't they?
Mm.
And he was saying stuff like, we're always late. There's always a problem.
Well, apparently.
They were like bickering. Oh, God.
We're always like, there's always a problem. Did you bring the bottle of wine for Tracy and Dave? Yeah.
Desperate for a piss.
Apparently it was William and Kate. They were holding them up.
How? What? Because they were chatting to all them, like Barbara from Coventry at the front there.
They got, stumbled across someone with merch. Yeah, apparently. I don't know, but maybe they had a bit of an argument.
Oh.
Trouble.
Caught William getting pegged again.
Yeah, he
the
has
words of our producer, not us. I would like a knighthood one day. Thank you.
Oh, come on.
No, he has. He's had a first on him with that woman, like friend of the fam.
Well,
She looks like Kate, though.
Allegedly.
Well,
Come on.
come on, allegedly. All right, I said it, allegedly.
Also, I'm happy to
A bit of goss on the
allude
pod.
to them having affairs, but we just went straight in with he's been pegged. Is that a
what-
thing?
Yeah.
That's what he's into, isn't he?
Apparently,
He's into pegging.
I've not
somehow
heard
that
this.
was made public that she was a dominatrix or something. To be fair, now that I say it out loud, it does sound like.
Wasn't that Harry?
No, that was.
No.
Because
I'm pretty
didn't he
sure it
like
was
someone
William.
straddle him like a horse?
Harry's
or
done it
something?
all, and he's never going to be king. He sowed those wild oats
You were,
a long time ago.
Apparently, yeah, it's a rumor. Apparently.
Well,
All the rumors are true. Yeah.
There's
Oh my
an
God, I'd love
article
that
where they
to be true.
explain what it is.
so pegging. Let's just
Let's
explain.
explain it.
Oh yeah.
Love it. So it is when the man.
Oh, she loves it apparently.
I don't love it. But I love that we have to explain pegging like we're Urban Dictionary. live.
Okay.
Is when the man receives anal from a woman with a strap on, essentially,
Right.
or with some kind of dildo.
Because they never
Sex
used
toy.
to have the word pegging. What does it mean? What's
What would they
peg?
have said before? Peg.
Probably just fucked with a strap on.
Yeah, you're putting a peg in a hole, aren't you?
Oh, are you? Hmm.
Yeah, you don't really.
But you put, a peg on a washing line. Couldn't
I
it
know
be
that's
washing
what I
lined?
And maybe it's a US thing because we think
Peg.
pegs are like. Whereas they think like a peg. You know what's that saying? A
And when
square
they
peg doesn't go in.
Yeah,
a...
when they go camping. And you put,
Square
like, a
peg, round hole.
Yeah.
Maybe
when
that.
You knock a peg into the ground for a tent.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, maybe it's that then.
Oh, I hope they're not doing it with that force, though. You know.
No, yeah, you've got to ease it in.
Ease it in. Be gentle, Kate. All right.
Well, or not.
Or other lady. Maybe she wasn't up for it, and that's why it he strayed.
Well, maybe.
We'll never know.
Vanilla Kate.
We'll have to read Harry's memoir. He might know.
Well, so
Lee's like shitting himself. I don't want to get sacked.
well, no, I mean, I just don't know. Let's discuss it.
He's like, I did not know this. I tried to
didn't.
compute.
I'm
this
just imagining
information.
people listening at home, like in the background, and just been
If
like,
you know any information about
if
William's
you've been
alleged
pegged
affair.
and directly affected by anything we've talked about in this episode, please do log on. Oh, I just spat everywhere. It came
I
for a
didn't
laugh,
see
not
it.
a bath.
Oh, delicious.
Anyway,
Other highlights. Do you know what? I didn't watch the concert.
I watched a bit of the concert.
Heard rave reviews about it as well.
Well, it was better than the Jubilee. Mm.
The Jubilee, when Diana Ross was singing God Love Her. Legend and all, but she wasn't very good, was she?
And Rod Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet
Give it up,
Caroline. Give it up, Rod.
It's not even his own song either.
From pegging to rodding.
Did Tom Cruise show up?
Not that I saw, and I didn't
Because
see.
He was at the F1 in Miami the next day. So I was like, well, you weren't.
Why was he meant to show up?
He was on the list.
Oh, was he?
It was like loads of singers, and then I saw Winnie the Pooh and Tom Cruise.
Oh, I hate what they've done. So they had Paddington Bear for,
Just like relaying what the Queen's message from up in heaven kind of thing.
Yeah. But that became like the thing. So they've obviously got, we need something else.
Sorry, I thought you meant Paddington was also at the
No.
gig.
Like the Queen had Paddington Bear. So they've gone, we need something else. Charles has got
British.
Winnie the Pooh.
Is it even British? No, he's American, isn't he?
No, I think he's British.
Is it? Oh yeah.
But yeah, like it's like they've chosen another
Yeah,
one.
but poor Charles.
Like,
is
what
just
the fuck's William going to have? SpongeBob SquarePants? It's like, we'd have to give them all these cartoons.
No, but poor Charles. Is
Andrew's eel.
Nah, he's too jolly he'd have to be a more jolly character because he's getting away with all sorts, isn't he, Andrew? He should be like Tigger bouncing around like, how lucky am I?
No one can catch him.
Yeah. Give me your money, yay. Yeah, but like poor Charles, every time his like grandkids are like reading Winnie the Pooh, he's just going to be looking at the Grim Reaper, isn't he? Because Winnie the Pooh's going to be the one escorting him off. Like,
when he dies,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
illustrations of Paddington with the Queen. So they're literally writing his little Grim Reaper character. What did Winnie the Pooh do at the thing?
There was just some kind of thing where he was with Piglet. I don't know.
I do love Piglet.
I was kind of like on and off of it.
Yeah.
Nicole Scherzinger sung Reflections. It was quite random.
From
Katy
Mulan?
Perry. Yeah.
Oh, what a weird choice.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what that was about, like Mulan, but it's yeah.
When will my maybe she's singing it to Andrew. Reflection show who I am inside.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
And he sat there sweating or not.
And then who else? Take That came out, and Mark Owen.
Oh yeah, I saw lots of tweets.
Oh my
what
God!
Was
I was like, is that Rapunzel? Like he's
Has
got
he grown
really
his
long
hair?
hair. At first, I thought it was Louise Redknapp. He looked just like her. And then I was like, oh. And then randomly they were like, Take That went, and obviously there's only 3 of them now.
Oh, Jason
it's like
Orange
they've all
isn't there,
dropped out.
isn't
It's
he?
like Took That.
Yeah.
Like it's just all gone.
Just that.
And then take Gary Barlow, who's there, who, I mean, you know, he's very
Gaza.
talented, but my God, he wants that knighthood, doesn't he?
Oh, he
wants
does.
that
He's
knighthood.
doing his bits, isn't he?
And I had it on good authority that when he planned the Queen's first concert, was it like her?
Yeah, he was in charge.
I can't remember what it was, but he kind of did this whole thing. And he was very much in line, apparently, for an honour for doing it all. And then I was on a date with someone who worked for the royal household. Oh, I know all the info.
That NDA went straight out the window after a couple of tequilas.
And what he did is when the Queen came up, and you got this on video on YouTube.
Just with a home video.
She went there and he almost helped her like, you know, when men go like, come on, old dear. And he did that and he touched her. And it's like so against royal protocol. Well, I don't know if she was fuming, but apparently it all kind of was like, it's out the window, like royal protocol. It was like a way of,
oh my God, that's so harsh.
And then the whole tax thing happened as well. So I don't think that helped.
Oh, the tax.
They're like, we can forgive the taxes, but you touched the Queen.
Oh my God. Poor Gaza.
But yeah, so then Gary Barlow was like, I'd like to welcome a special guest onto stage. And everyone was like, oh my God, who's he going to be? And it was Callum Scott. And I thought, yeah, well, he's a fantastic singer. He was on Britain's Got Talent a while ago, and he's got an amazing voice and he's carved out. But I was like, I'm not sure. Take That should be saying, please welcome our special guest, because they're probably like, oh my God, it's going to be Robbie Williams.
Yeah, the 2 members that
and poor Callum Scott are like, hey, and everyone's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Like it was all a bit, but I tell you what, their song Shine is really catchy.
Oh my God, they've got some fantastic bops.
They really have.
Absolute bops up the sleeve, they do. I like You Light the Sky.
Well, talking of light in the sky, then they had the drone display. They love the drones to the BBC.
Do you know what? With the Queenie's Jubilee, that was so impressive. And I was like, how the fuck is that happening? Like, it blew my mind.
Drones?
Yeah, over Bucky P.
Yeah. Well, this was, of course, in Windsor.
Oh, yeah. How did it shape up?
I quite liked it. It was different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the Shakespeare like? 'Cause I thought that was a bit random.
I missed that, but apparently it was stunning. But that does come from a friend of the pod, Kate, and she...
Stagey.
Yeah, she loves shit like that. So
shaky.
There was a ballet. There was a ballet and there was
it was a real merge of all of our artists,
and
wasn't it?
Hugh Bonneville. Oh, and Miss Piggy turned up.
Well, it's not a party without Miss Piggy, is it?
No, it's not.
I didn't know Fergie was invited.
I have it on good authority again from the royal household that Miss Piggy was the one that pegged William.
Well, her and Kermit famously broke
Miss
up.
Peggy!
Miss Peggy!
Oh, how did I miss that, Lucas? This has been episode 10. We're done. We've peaked. Miss Peggy.
Miss Peggy.
We can't drop the mic anymore. Well, we never could. But look at these little. If you're watching on YouTube, we've got kind of what would we call them? Mic stands.
Like arms.
Arms. I would say they're arms.
You could rest your arm on it as well, couldn't you? You could just kind of do a
You right?
Hi.
Mm. But anyway, yes, the coronation. But actually, we've got to say this is probably for a long time now the last kind of royal celebration we'll have, because we won't have a royal wedding for a while.
Yeah.
We won't have a jubilee. He's only just fucking got it, so he's not going to be having
He
a
might
jubilee.
not make when he might just do a 5-yearer. Do
Well,
you know what I mean? Make sure he has one.
oh, well,
'Cause
yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
Well, no
with an
one
aging
does.
king.
No one does. Yeah, I don't think he's going to last as long as Elizabeth.
And I thought the other day we're going to have at one point in our purse like a coin with the Queen on, a coin with William on, and a
Oh
coin
my
with
God,
Charles
it'd be like
on.
Guess Who.
I know. eBay.
Our wallets are going to look like a game of fucking Guess
Yeah.
Who.
You're in a shop. You're like, will you take an old pound with the Queen on? Yeah.
Yeah, they'll always take that.
Collectors.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll have a party when they changes the stamps and the coins.
No, I don't think. Well, we're not going to have one for a while.
Oh, thank God. Gary's knackered.
But I was like, damn it.
He's got to keep flogging that wine.
So, yeah, it's all done. If you enjoyed it, great, good for you. We had a little brunch at ours. My
Did
flatmate
you?
put bunting on.
I
He
saw
said, I
that.
will not accept any unpatriotic notions that it is
Fantastic.
raining. He was refusing to believe it was
Good
raining.
for him.
Yeah.
A little spread on as well.
Yeah, he
and
put a little
cocktail.
spread on you, yeah.
How delish. Well, from one big Queen event to another, let's discuss Eurovision.
It's going to be big.
It's going to be big. I watched the first semi-final last
I
night.
didn't see it. I was hosting a quiz at the Ned. Tell me.
Well, I forgot it was on, actually. I know, I'm terrible. But I popped it on, basically the important bit when they're doing the results, and you get to see the highlights of everyone. So you've kind of watched it. You don't want to ruin it before Saturday when you can really get into the songs
Yeah.
as well. Israel, she's hot, man. She's
Really?
great. They always send a hottie out from Israel, and she did a banging dance routine. It was like J-Lo is in a tiny J-Lo was in the
Right,
house. She was
okay.
like doing floor bits and everything.
I don't even know what our song is. What is it?
It's May Muller, and I wrote a song. It's called
May Muller, as in the yogurt.
Oh yeah.
Muller Light.
She's actually really young. You'll know some of her songs. She's a bit of a Becky Hill person where she's been on some dance tracks as well.
Right, okay.
Trying to
She's
think of her-
featured.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of her song. She did have a couple of singles. I can't remember now. But anyway, you'll know some of her songs. She's very level-headed. She comes across really well. And the
Okay.
song's good. And I think because we're hosting it, people seem to actually know it.
Okay.
Whereas normally, you don't know. But do you know who's in the qualifiers? It might mean nothing to you, but Loreen from Sweden.
I have heard of Loreen. I did
Euphoria.
think it was a Fruit Loaf at first.
Yeah,
But
like a
that's
spin-off.
Soreen, isn't it?
That's Soreen.
Yeah.
She won in about 2013, and that song was a bop. And she's back. She's very
back,
similar
baby. So
song.
is she a front runner?
Well, she had to qualify because it's always who are the big five? It's always the big five and the winner, and then everyone else has to qualify. Why were the big five? I mean, we're poor, surely.
Well, what do you mean big five?
It's like the big five, countries.
Oh,
so
right.
UK, France, Germany, Spain, and then Italy. But they're also quite small, aren't they? They automatically get through, and the winner automatically gets through. Then everyone else qualifies.
Oh, I see. I didn't realise there was
Yeah.
a qualification
Yeah,
thing.
Ireland didn't get through.
Ireland, and they've won it the most, I
I
think.
know, they have. They haven't been through in about 3 years.
Oh.
I know, but I bet Jedward still shows up at the ceremony.
Well, you
Doing the
would.
bits, you know what I mean?
They're Irish royalty.
They are. They've always released
They're too busy
songs.
being quite political on Twitter these
Are
days.
they about what? Tell us.
I
Tell us.
know. It did
It's
not have
hard to take them seriously as adults, though, isn't it? Because they still look about 15
and act it.
and act it. What are they political about? Tell us.
Oh, they
The
just
Troubles.
reply to things. Not the trouble. I don't know. Twitter, I'm not on it as much anymore now. It's all because fucking go on Twitter these days. It's non people you're following,
Oh, I know. It's really annoying.
and I'm just being fed. Do you know what? I watched a few videos of people fighting. It
And then
came
now
up
you get suggested it all
bully
the
gets.
time.
My God,
Oh
what
my
on
God.
earth was that?
It's
Someone's fighting outside.
It's a mini earthquake again.
I watched a few video of someone fighting, and it was bully gets his just desserts.
Yeah.
Well, now the algorithm is just feeding me people being in scraps and
Yeah,
whatever, and
yeah.
I get
it's
that all the time on Twitter as well. It's so annoying.
yeah,
I hate it.
it's
Yeah,
odd.
I looked at Andrew Tate once to see what bullshit. When I was like, is he out yet? Because he was tweeting, and I was like, because it's one of those things that like winds me the hell up, but you want to
You
kind of see
seek
what
it out,
ridiculous shit he's saying. And then I was getting like all incel like tweets, like, and I was like, oh my God, I can't. It was making me so angry. So I had to like go and look at videos of like bunnies and stuff to like try and change my algorithm. You know, like bunnies eating a carrot. Like,
But what was my point there? What is that
Jedward on
point?
Twitter.
Oh, right, yeah. But yeah, so Eurovision, well, because is Graham kind of not commentating anymore? Because he's kind of hosting, isn't he?
Well, he's doing a bit of both.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
but
because he can't give up the hosting, but he's not going to be able to bitch about the presenters now.
Well, I know. So he was like,
Which
it's
is the
kind of
funniest
not as good
bit.
because like we always kind of take the piss out of it a little bit, but now
Yeah.
it's us. So I guess we just have to be.
Yeah, and Hannah Waddingham was giving full out cheese. So I imagine people, you know, commentating in France, whatever, will be like ripping the shit out of her.
Right.
Because she's giving full blown stagey McStagerson.
Oh, I'm sure someone
which
has
is
done it.
perfect for
Yeah.
Eurovision, obviously.
Yeah.
But she's with a Ukrainian rock star, pop star, who was actually quite chilled out, like relaxed and cool.
Yeah.
So she next to her is like, what? Like, which is quite funny.
Okay, then. So who do you think is going to win it?
Loreen's going to be up there because she's got such a big following. There's always a few daddies in there as well.
Or
a
will
few
it be
hot men
Ukraine again?
dancing. I've not heard their song actually.
Have I ever told you about the time that my grandma said, "Oh, we should have won it, but of course, you know, it rightfully went to Uganda." I said,
that's quite right.
You got the first letter right.
Actually, I was telling people about that the other day because it's so good.
I said Ukraine. She went, "Did I say Uganda?" I said, "Yeah."
Not even in Europe, Grandma. Oh, I wonder if Australia are in there. Maybe they're one of the big five.
Maybe.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what the hell's going on downstairs. I don't
feel
know
like
if you can
this
hear it, but it's like it
shipping
sounds like people are invading.
Yeah, this shipping container.
It's the royal family. They've heard it. They've got us.
They've heard about the
tapped.
pegging. It's Miss Peggy. She's coming to set the record straight. Yeah, so another semi-final tonight. But by the time this goes out live, we'll know who all the finalists are. But you should watch it mainly for Hannah's cheesiness. And also Alicia Dixon did a rap yesterday.
Yeah.
It sounds like a dinosaur. Do you know what? Last week, though, we were really worried about the banging and you couldn't hear the banging.
Really?
Yeah.
But that is quite big banging.
It does sound like a T-Rex is approaching the door.
What? I'm about to. Shall I go out there? Shall I find out who it is? Oh, I'd love to see Lucas getting
they're doing
aggressive.
up where we record.
They're terrified of me.
Are they?
I strike fear into their eyes.
Have you ever been in a fight, Lucas?
I haven't, no.
I can't.
No.
Yeah.
I haven't, no.
For anyone who doesn't know what Lucas looks like,
What's your haircut, Lucas? What's your joke about your haircut?
I look like someone's aunt.
Yeah, and that's accurate, I would say.
Oh, 100% accurate.
I love
She's
it.
my greatest fashion inspiration.
she
Yeah,
is,
great.
and he
Very
likes a
cool. I love
cardigan. He's quite slim, aren't you?
Cardigan, yeah.
Tall. What's your height?
6
This
foot.
is like a dating profile for Lucas.
6
I feel
foot.
like.
Yeah. Let's
That's what I get
let's
that in.
do Hinge live.
He's got a girlfriend
Yeah.
now.
I know he has.
I
was
did quite
asking.
well on Hinge.
Yeah, I bet
Did
you do. Look
Yeah.
at
What do
you.
you mean you did quite well? There aren't fucking levels.
Yeah,
I just thought-
Lots of matches.
You
Oh.
fully.
Got a lot of matches. Went on a lot of dates.
Wait, you match people on Hinge? That hasn't happened to me.
Yeah.
Is that how it works? I used to date a guy who was called Frank, actually, and you really look like him.
Oh
Oh my
my
God, it's all
God.
coming back. I'm getting PTSD.
Sorry.
No, he was really cute like you.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh my God, should I leave? You're
Yeah,
a
get
married
out.
woman.
I know.
It's so funny because you know our friend Danielle.
Yeah.
Whenever she'd she's so nice to everyone. So she'd go,
She didn't know she was flirting either.
well, she would never flirt, but well, she not really. So she'd go like, someone would be sat there and she'd go, "You're right, you had a nice day," and he'd go, "Yeah, good, thanks," and he'd leave, and I'd go, "Danielle, can I remind you that you're a married woman?" Like, and all she's done is asked how their day was. I'm like, "That ring on your finger," and she's like, "Oh, shut up." Well, how does she talk? Borough.
I can't even. It's been so long since I've seen her.
Oh, I know. Or heard
Ah,
from her.
no, don't.
Oh no, don't.
Don't. Oh, she's so
Are
cute.
you good at accents, Lucas?
I could do a few, yeah.
Go on.
Not
What's
good
your
at
best
regional
one?
accents. I can do Scottish. And what do you want me to say in a Scottish accent?
Tell us
My good.
that
good
what, you're going to
friend.
watch Eurovision or something.
I'm going to watch Eurovision the
Oh, that's
weekend.
not too
That's
bad.
quite good.
It's
Yeah,
alright,
yeah.
It's a little bit rusty actually. I haven't
You
hung out
go.
with my
Try
friends in a
Scottish.
while.
I'm going to be watching the Eurovision at the weekend.
Very
That
good.
wasn't bad, was it?
Very
Mm.
good.
Okay, so it's actually Why, aye, laddie, I'm going to get Eurovision on. I'm so
I don't
bad
know.
at
You sound like
borderline offense.
you sound like one of them people who have those like really racist like tartan hats on, you know, with the ginger hair coming out
Oh,
of it.
that reminds me. It's got one in my bag.
I use it in my set.
What we were saying. All right. So you think Loreen Sweden's going to win?
Yeah. Do you want me to read you some predictions?
Okay.
from
Yes,
Bubbles?
actually, that's a good idea because I don't know any. I've not seen any. Because I loved "We're Up in Space, Man." He was so good, Sam Ryder.
Well, he'll probably perform at the beginning, I'm guessing.
Possibly.
But do you remember that Madonna was there a couple of years ago?
Doing what?
Was it last year? Just like she did sing a new song, just appearing, just because she knew it was her demographic. You know, it's a really gays.
Yeah.
They just all were going mad for it.
I also loved the song way back when. You gotta speed it up. And then you
Bucks
gotta
Fizz
slow it down. And then they like rip
ripped off
off a skirt to reveal a 1 centimetre longer skirt or shorter skirt it was. And it was like, oh my God, dirty.
Scandalous. I wonder if they'll show up. Do you think they'll get some old UK winners? Because, you know, we have won it a few times back in the day.
Bucks Fizz, you think they might be
Bucks
there?
Fizz might be there. Cliff.
They're too big for it now. They're called mimosas.
With champagne. Although this predicted before the lineup was out of presenters, they got Rylan right, but they thought it would be Davina, Maya Jama, Amanda Holden.
Well, it's
As
Alicia
hosts.
Dixon, isn't it?
And it's Alicia Dixon and
Rylan.
Rylan's in there with Scott Mills.
And
They always do
also
it.
Graham and Mel Gedroych.
Is she there? Oh, she's going to be
She's
great.
delightful. I worked with her on a show
Was she just dead
way
nice?
back when called Draw It, when I did warm up, like way back when I first started out.
Yeah.
And I actually had gastroenteritis. You remember when we went to Southampton that time and I had terrible
We
gastroenteritis?
thought you had an allergy, but you were just really
Oh my God. And I had to go to hospital. And I said, I need some sort of tablets for this. I said, I'm hosting Channel 4 tomorrow.
Oh my
So
God.
I shouted it really loud so everyone in the ward could hear. And
And what did they do?
anyway, she was great. And it was the day that someone won 80 grand on this
Oh my
game show. And I was
God.
screaming louder than anyone else in the studio. I was
she
like
loved
so
it.
excited.
Them tablets really work.
Yeah. But she's so lovely.
I know. I imagine she's just the same as she is on the telly.
Yeah, she seems.
And when
just-
things go wrong, she's just great because she just is so likable. She's like, "Oh, that went wrong," you know, like blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
you gotta
Oh,
just do it.
But I'm a bit. There should be a Scouser though presenting. They should have got Mel C to do one of the things.
Yeah.
Although she's from Widnes, really, but
Oh, really? Would that like?
it's not really Scouser.
Is that a contentious? Can you do a
Yeah.
Liverpudlian accent?
Shachan. That's it.
So that's a no.
That's
I can't really do
When I was a kid, I used to be like, because my dad's a Scouser, I used to be like, I am half a Couser though, right?
Half
was
a
obsessed
Cowser.
with,
What's
like-
a Cowser?
And that was the smart. I couldn't say Scouser.
Oh right.
Yeah, so I was obsessed with like being half Scouse. You know, like I wanted to be a bit different. You know.
Right. Well, you probably wanted to feel part of it.
Yeah, I did. My identity.
Mm.
Yeah. So there you go.
I'm like that when I watch the royal family. I'm like, I'm half royal
I'm
though,
half
aren't I?
royal. I do like the pegging, so I must be. Another prediction. At some point, oh God, this is going to be awful if they do this. At some point, the presenters will be dressed up as either ABBA, the Beatles, or some kind of British band.
Right. Yes.
Like Bucks Fizz. They're gonna, they're gonna come out that, and because that's the cheesy bits that Graham normally takes the piss out of. Isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Of course.
They think Jed was going to show up, which we have already said. Gemma Collins is going to show up. I don't think she is. I think we know all the presenters.
But why would she show up?
Just like make a cameo, you know,
Right.
like to present a little bit.
Can you imagine like people from across the globe? Like, who's this woman?
It's like when Amanda.
It's me, the GC.
It's like when Amanda Holden tried to speak French last year, and then she said, "What did she say?" She was like, "Oh, something like that." And she was like, made us all look stupid.
Well, if the cap fits.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? They've said that the dressing room will be filled with Yorkshire tea and party rings.
Also, I love that Lauren is worried that we might look stupid during Eurovision. Yeah, that real
purpose.
serious event.
Oh my God, that camp of man, I love it. They think someone's going to play a prank on Graham. I would love that.
A prank.
Because if he's the one hosting, it's going to be really different for him. So he might be a bit nervy-bee. And I think they might do...
Do you think Graham still gets nervous?
I reckon he will. Have you seen how big that stage is? It's huge.
Yeah, it looks amazing as well.
It does
Where is
look
it?
good.
What's the?
I think
is
it's
it Liverpool
the Echo
Arena?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to go.
I know, me too.
Instead, I'm in fucking Walthamstow hosting a watch party,
Oh, but
which
that'd be
there
fun.
are still tickets available to buy.
Google, what's it called?
I don't know.
Something.
Watch you Big
Just
Penny Social.
Big
It's at.
Penny Social.
But there's Masaoke, which is karaoke with a live band. So we're doing that. We're probably doing some Eurovision songs, and I'm just trying to find. We're doing a bingo, a watch along bingo.
Yeah, drinking game.
So you'll have but it's like a bingo card. So if you get a line, 2 lines, and then full house.
What, are you finding a bingo card?
So one of them, for example, is a key change. So once there's a key change, the UK gets dues points. If that happens, then you tick it off your bingo card.
Oh, that's cool.
Fake rain,
Fake
frame,
rain is great.
wind
yeah.
machine,
Yeah.
an uncomfortable rap, scooch. Graham
love
Norton says
Scooch.
something shady.
I mean, that's a given.
This country isn't in Europe.
Australia.
Singing out of tune.
Oh,
Take that off before it even comes, can't you?
yeah.
Stage Invader.
Stage Invader, is that on
Invader.
there?
Someone did that for the UK a few years ago. It was a bit
I
of a
remember
shame
that.
for
Quick
them.
change. Hannah Waddingham does something iconic. Drag
Maybe.
queen appears.
The Vivian's going to be there. Scouse drag queen.
Mm. So,
What about like unnecessary dance break or people using instruments from their country like folk? I've already seen 2 of them last night in the semis.
do we have
they
a
got
national
through.
instrument? The triangle.
The recorder.
yeah, the recorder.
It's international. Everyone learns recording.
Do they still
true.
teach people the recorder at school?
I
What was?
taught it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they were doing it
Few
years
weeks ago.
A few weeks ago he
First.
graduated, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they do.
what did you used to do when the saints go marching
I
in?
don't even remember.
3 blind mice
Blind mice.
London Bridges.
falling down. Yeah.
Oh, God, awful. I don't even remember it. I think I've blocked it
William's been pegged again. Pegged again.
out. All together. What's that, Timmy? Yes, you could use a recorder to peg someone. It's double
Oh.
usage.
Jesus Christ.
The
Timmy.
tapered end. The tapered end.
You made it more real by giving him a name.
You could probably play it as well.
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah,
Fantastic. Just leave it in there.
well, it depends how strong your sphincter is.
Yeah, really got to push and blow.
This has been sordid. This has been disgusting filth, and it's you too. It's not me.
That's true, actually.
It is
I
true.
brought up the whole pegging.
Yeah.
I didn't know the pegging thing, so I
You
love
wouldn't get this
that.
with Sang. He'd be like, "Hey guys, what's pegging?"
Yeah, he'd be like,
We
"Hey."
don't get that in South Korea, even though I've got an American accent.
He wouldn't. He'd be like, "Who the hell's Miss Piggy?"
yeah, Miss Piggy, yeah. He didn't know who ABBA were. We're still reeling.
Honestly, I had to explain to him what Hun culture was, like what Hun was last week, and what Karen was, and what Hollybobs
Karen
was.
was.
It was like a really deep hole that I was digging
I would've
myself.
thought you knew what that was.
No, I didn't know what Hollybobs were as
Oh,
well.
well, that's not a word.
Mm.
Yeah, I know it's not a word, but I was just explaining how it worked. And he was like, "I'm going on my barbs," and I was like, "No, never mind. Just don't
But
say it."
ABBA, they're global.
ABBA are
I'm
global.
sure he knew a few
K-pop though,
songs.
it's just into K-pop, isn't he?
Is he? Did he say that?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so completely stereotypical.
ABBA is. Wonder what music he listens to.
He strikes me. Why we're talking about this guy that no one knows?
He loves it though. He listens to the pod.
He's really good at beatboxing.
Is he?
I can imagine that.
I just think that it really is glorified spitting.
There is a lot of spit
It's
though,
like,
isn't there?
Jesus Christ.
It is
Isn't-
for you, Lee.
I have to
Yeah.
wear I'd have to wear a beekeeper's outfit just to not get drenched. They like just
Yeah.
beep boppy boppy.
Apparently, it's like you got to suck and blow in it. That's the trick.
Well, we're back to pegging again. Right, listen, this has been completely derailed.
I know you love to say you should love to put the disclaimer at the end. Like this has been
I
absolute
know that needs to be
chaos
on this needs to be on the bingo card.
on the bingo card. Let's add it.
Our own bingo card. Yeah, we had a few suggestions. Did we
Yeah,
have
I've still not made it. I need to. Pick the best one.
should we read some out?
Go on to end the app.
Oh, okay, I'll do it. Is it on the? Is it on our
You actually
account?
sent it to
I
my
can dig it up
WhatsApp.
too.
Okay then, Lucas.
Go on, you start and I'll find the message.
This is a good game.
Go on, Lucas.
I
What
like
are
it when people
yours?
talk about us.
Lee does a name drop. Clang clang.
Oh.
Yes. Oh my god.
God, I
Or
don't
mentions he
name
lives.
drop. I
Or
was.
mentions where he lives.
Yes, that needs to go on.
Lauren says. Lauren abbreviates something that doesn't need to be abbreviated.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's on there, I think.
Volley
So
bobs,
it's
all that.
brave.
a brief. Yeah, I love it.
Abbreviate.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
find it's a brief, but it will slowly become a brief.
I'll have a book out one day, and it'll be all the briefs.
Mm.
Be so good.
Lee has a cider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or an
classic.
alcoholic drink of
Yeah, some
anything.
kind.
Yeah.
Oh, we've not got the mugs out today.
Oh, we haven't. Well, we were sponsored by Starbucks today, weren't we?
I wish.
Do you want to hear some of these? These might give you inspiration, Lucas.
Yeah.
So number one, take a sip every time you both mention that you're drinking on the pod. So yeah.
True.
So this is more of a drinking game than a bingo, I think.
Mm.
Down your drink when you mention friend of the pod, Ben, series 1. He's never listened.
Yeah.
Or a friend of the pod that's actually never listened. Yeah, so friend of the pod is in there. That's 2A and 2B. Drink whenever Lauren says a word that only someone from St Helens can understand.
Someone of what?
From St Helens, where I'm from.
See, he didn't even
yeah.
understand.
Like Hertha, Kirsters, all them ones. Classic. When Lee mentions loose women, or a loose woman. Drink whenever the mums are mentioned, so Sandra or Les.
Yeah.
Because we love to first name our mums, don't we? Spin around on the spot and shout and touch the ground whenever someone mentions Scylla. We've not mentioned Scylla today.
She would have been the perfect Eurovision
I know.
host.
Her and Paul together.
Her and Paul.
I know. Imagine that.
Oh my god.
Scouse royalty.
Although she'd have been pissed. It's a long. By the end,
night.
he'd be like
She'd be
propping her
raging at all them people backstage.
up.
Imagine.
Yeah.
She'd
like,
just
get
be
nowhere
a
near
witch.
me.
Yeah.
A witch. Okay,
R.I.P. Down you drink, you both lose it laughing. That's classic. Sit when Dolly Sticks is mentioned. So.
Or when Lauren just does a shout out in general to things.
Shout out. It was at the top. Shout out. Yeah.
Lauren says shout out.
Shout out. Yeah. Drink whenever you get a new producer.
Well, there was that period of time where it was literally like.
Someone wouldn't stick.
Every week. Wow.
Yeah. And drink when someone forgets they're actually recording a podcast and the other one has to explain that they're recording a podcast and what they're talking about.
Well, yeah, I mean. But I do at the end, I always go, well, this has been completely chaotic.
Yeah, you're like, I'm sorry. Or when Lee goes slightly quiet because he's worried that it's controversial.
Do you know what it is? It's like, I just have this image. I was saying this to Mooch the other day. No, I was like, we don't earn real anything from this. If anything, it's
buys a coffee,
draining.
KO-FI.
Financially draining. But we do it, we love it, and it keeps the old ticker going. And I said to Mooch, I said, I've just got this image of like someone clipping a clip or an audio soundbite, and I'm like, if I'm going down for some drivel and shit that I can't remember I've even said in this 60 degrees Celsius shipping container.
It's hot and it's under the knees.
That is not how I want to go down. I want to go down in a blaze of glory.
We're basically putting our reputations on the line at week to week.
Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is this isn't good enough for me to risk it.
This is not the hill I'm going to die.
Yeah, like podcasts like Have a Word, for example, they're huge. They're selling out arenas. They can afford to be a bit close to the knuckle. You remember that time when I took the piss out of the lovely Helen with chronic pain? I didn't sleep for weeks.
Did you?
And now I know how she felt.
She will sadistically love that shout out.
She will. But I was going, should I keep it in? Should I keep it in?
You do. Well, I said K-pop before and I was an
Because we
arsehole,
basically
so,
suggest... Yeah.
To be fair...
I really threw you under the bus as well. I was like, why? Did he say he liked K-pop? It's so bad. I was just
if that was the other fucking way round as well, I would never do that to you. You'd be like, moving on.
No, or I'd lie and go, yeah, he told me he really likes K-pop. And then we'd finish the episode and I'd go, no, he didn't.
To be fair, I have been meaning to ask him because I love K-pop.
I've been meaning to ask him. Oh my God.
No, but he'll
That's
if
like
you
going
grow
up to a
in
Chinese
Korea,
person and going, do you like prawn balls? Like, you just... Or what's your favourite takeaway from a Chinese... Like, I've been meaning to ask him.
do you eat
if he
Chinese
likes
food when you're
K-pop.
I love K-pop though, that's why I want to ask him.
I'm sweating.
Me too. They're behind my knees, and it's not because of the K-pop thing, are beading, honestly.
Oh, right. Okay. Sweaty behind your knees. You've got a
Yeah.
dress on as well. I've
I
got
know.
skin-tight chinos.
I don't expect anything less from you, Lily.
Anyway, what an episode.
What an
episode. Currently fanning myself with an iPhone. That's what we do in Notting Hill. We don't use paper.
iPhone 13. Or is it 14?
No, mine's really old.
Don't tell the people on
Someone's
your
mowing the
street.
lawn outside. We don't even have a lawn.
On that note, we better fucking go, mate.
It's the caretaker again. She's fucking, your lawnmower's shown up.
Yeah.
Where's those fucking turtles?
I brought my entourage. They're all outside, all the rest of the staff with the rakes and that.
Oh,
What episode has it been? 10 of season 3.
It's been.
Oh, God love us. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks so much.
And watching.
And if you've been affected by anything we've talked about in this episode, then please just
Keep it to yourself.
yeah. Just pop a rescue remedy, and we'll
Watch
be back
Eurovision.
next week with more of a structure.
Yeah, we say. But see you next time on Fab Live.
With Lauren and Lee.